up, by the way. Sounds interesting.
HERS customers report losing over 9 pounds in their first month with compounded GLP-1 injections. At 4hers.com, you can get a personalized weight loss treatment plan, like compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient as Ozempic, prescribed by a licensed provider 100% online, and delivered to your door for as little as
How about exercise and eat healthy and don't be a fat ass? Unless you have some type of disease, and if you have a disease and that makes you overweight, I'm not knocking anybody for that. Like, there's people that have obesity problems that even if they do eat right, and even with exercising, eating and exercising, their body just can't burn fat. So those people I'm not talking about, but anyone else that's just fat for no reason, you need to get on that.
Thank you very much for
he's
being
doing
here.
it.
We have largely an energy
Please
group
tell me,
today.
Keystone Pipeline, Please tell me that's what this is about.
And we will be virtually. These are great professionals, but before we do that, we'll be
Please tell me you're getting back on the Keystone Pipeline and bringing our gas prices back down, President Trump.
Lindsay?
Yeah. So this first executive order, it prohibits federal funding for COVID-19 mandates, vaccine mandates in schools.
All right, I like that.
And
That's a
that
good
will
one.
They want to clear that up.
Yep.
The discrepancy.
So any schools that require students to be vaccinated with COVID-19 shot, then there's no more federal funding.
Good, I like that. That's good, and that's how it should be.
Okay, that solves that problem.
That solves that problem. Signed it. Okay, that solves that problem.
Yes, it'll go through the Department of Education. Okay? Thanks.
Can I make one comment?
Good job,
Yes,
Trump.
please.
As a father of 9, thank you. We should have parental freedom to decide what vaccines our kids take.
Agreed.
As opposed to school systems and governments forcing upon the people that love these kids the most, which is the parents. So thank you for saying that.
Great, thank you very much. People wanted that very badly. Okay.
Okay, and here is an executive order establishing the National Energy Dominance Council. So that will be chaired by the Secretary of the Interior, Mr. Burgum, and the Vice Chair, Chris Wright. And so this will reduce costs with respect to energy, establish American independence with energy, and also unleash energy dominance.
Good, thank you. And this is a big deal.
What the fuck?
We have more energy than any other country,
Hold on.
and now we're
Hold on,
unleashing
never
it, to
mind.
put it nicely. And I'd like to ask,
Wait, what's
Doug,
this
you're going to be
one?
heading it up. You and Chris, would you say a few words about it, please?
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Good afternoon. President Trump wisely understood that under the Biden administration, there was a war against American energy, and
Yes,
today
there
that
was.
war officially has ended.
Yay!
President Trump on day one declared a national energy emergency, and this is a real emergency because under the Biden administration restricted the production of oil and gas.
Yes, they
Production's still
did.
coming, but when you stop holding leases, when you take 625 million acres of land out of ocean land, out of production possibilities through an executive order, you're really restricting the balance sheet of America. But today, as President Trump said, this is unleashed. The National Energy Dominance Council will be made up of all the folks that are standing beside me here, other cabinet leaders, and many more, represent President Trump's wise decision that we need a whole of government approach to unwind. The Biden administration had a whole of government approach that had the war against U.S. energy.
Yes,
now
they
we
did.
need to turn that around 180 degrees and unleash
Thank
that
you,
potential.
President
We gotta
Trump. Get
unleash
them
it
gas prices
from the
down.
Gulf of America all the way up to Alaska.
Hell yeah,
we have
Gulf of
an amazing
America.
resource in this country. And we haven't been getting a return on them. Many of these are under public lands. The interior has 500 million acres of surface, 700 million acres of subsurface minerals, critical minerals, and offshore close to 2 billion acres. And that balance sheet is the biggest balance sheet in the world, and it's been completely underutilized. Everybody knows we have 36 trillion in debt as a country,
Right.
but no one knows how many.
Because why are we fucking giving all of our money to fucking Dubai for their fucking oil and we got our own oil here? We need to quit making Dubai build buildings taller than ours, and we need to start building buildings taller than Dubai. And say, Dubai, we're not buying your oil anymore. Fuck you. In fact, you're going to start buying our oil, Dubai. That's what we need to pull.
Hundreds of trillions of dollars of assets we have, and President Trump is asking
I'm glad Trump's addressing this. Maybe he saw one of my YouTube videos.
us to go get a return on that investment for the American people. And with that, we're going to have prosperity at home with lower prices, and we're also going to have peace abroad, because the wars that we've been engaged in, or our allies have been fighting over the past few years, have been funded by the oil sales of our adversaries.
Yeah.
So we have an opportunity, and we also are in an AI arms race with China. The only way we win that is with more electricity, and we also have an energy emergency in terms of electricity. Too much intermittent, unreliable, not enough baseload. We've been shutting down the baseload that we have. President Trump is going to reverse that, and it's going to allow us to win the AI arms race, which is the most important thing that we have to do relative to our future. So with that, I want to say again, thank you to President Trump, and I want to thank my fellow members of the Energy Council here. I'm going to kick it over to the Vice Chair, Chris Wright, who's the Secretary of the Department of Energy.
Thank you, Secretary Burgum. Today is truly a great day for our country today. And Secretary Burgum laid out so many of the problems the last 4 years. If you put barriers in front of energy, you make it more expensive,
Right.
you make it less reliable.
Thank
make it harder to
you.
do
Fuck Joe
business here, and
Biden.
harder
Go
for our
President
consumers
Trump.
to pay their
Another
bills.
win for us in
With
America.
this fantastic action from our president, we now have authority across the government to lean in to fix these problems. And I'll start out with one specific right away. This morning I signed our first LNG export license, unpausing the pause in action. The Commonwealth LNG project that'll be on the Gulf Coast in Louisiana is now officially ready to go. This will be a large construction project for
That's in
American
the beautiful
workers.
Gulf of
It'll draw
America,
demand
by
for
the
more
way.
American energy production that'll be shipped overseas to our allies. Many more of those to come. We're also working aggressively to roll back standards that have made appliances more expensive for
Yeah,
Americans.
good.
And dishwashers that take 2 hours long and
Right,
don't get
that's
your dishes
stupid.
clean. Nobody likes that.
I don't.
That's about standing in the way. And with
Yes,
this
it
president,
is.
President
That's about
Trump and our
dictatorship.
National Energy
Thank you.
Dominance Council,
Thank you
there's
for
so many
liberating
things
us,
we can
President
do
Trump.
to make American lives better, bring down costs and grow opportunities. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to a fellow member of the council, our Administrator of the EPA, Lee Zeldin.
Thank you,
Hey.
Secretary, and honored to be serving.
I think Trump finally saw my YouTube video about him getting on that gas.
On the Energy Dominance Council.
Thank you,
at
whoever- if
EPA.
my
We're doing
message
our
got
part
to
to
Trump,
power the great
thank you.
American comeback. And President Trump has made it
Maybe
clear
Secret
that
Service
he wants
showed him
EPA
the
to be
video.
doing our job to ensure that we are unleashing energy dominance however we can help, that we are assisting in making America the AI capital of the world, that we are pursuing permitting reform, that we're helping to bring back American
Oh,
auto
these
jobs.
fucking
This
potholes.
is the
God
mandate
damn,
of the
that one hit
American
hard.
public. The Trump
It's covered by the
mandate
snow.
was clear, and the guidance
Fuck
from
that
President
gay-ass
Trump to me
Tesla.
when he asked me, thankfully, for the opportunity for us to be able to serve together in partnership to unleash energy dominance. This is a moment that we must meet. To that end, it is important to note that the prior Biden-Harris EPA issued a waiver to California for tailpipe emissions. This was a rule that should have been submitted
Bullshit.
to Congress. We will submit
Yes.
it to Congress. Congress will have the opportunity through the Congressional Review Act to make that waiver go away.
Yeah,
We will
good.
do everything
We got
in our
another
part to
win.
help the American people
just
to
not-
make life in America more affordable.
Let's get that
The
cheap
golden
gas
age
back,
of
President
American
Trump.
success is upon
Fuck
us,
yeah.
and we're excited about the last 3 weeks.
I'm excited.
That was just a taste of the main
We need to
event,
get
the
them
entree
Keystone
to come
pipelines
in the
back
next
to
4
work,
years,
Mr.
being the greatest
President.
term in the history of the American presidency. With that, I'd like to introduce Sean Duffy.
So, first of all, thank you for the work on dishwashers.
Man,
We
look,
use more
they're all
water
side to
in
sides.
before we put them in the dishwasher. That's right. We're not saving water, we're using.
And they're doing that with the newer washers and
But
dryers,
I'm also
too.
going to the EPA. We've introduced our rules to start to look at the CAFE standards. So we're looking at how much it costs for end users when they put gas in their car. And the Biden era standards are costing billions of dollars in taxes and carbon credits, which drive up the cost of vehicles. And so we're going to remedy that, rectify it, and make sure we're bringing down the cost of the car, number one. Number two, if I can just mention, Mr. President, per your direction, we are going to move forward with a permitting process for the Texas Gulf Link deep water port.
Hell yeah, we're getting our cheap gas soon. So Trump must have seen one of my videos I made. Fuck yes. Secret Service, good job if you got my video
That's
too.
gotten away. We're now going to move forward with that, making sure we have great oil infrastructure in Texas.
Great, thanks.
And Howard Lutnick?
Yes.
So, the nanny state. You're feeling the end of the nanny state.
Yeah.
From
What's up?
straws made of paper to regulation endlessly.
Yeah, I hate those
harming
paper
Americans
straws. I
and
hate them.
holding us back. It slows down our production and
Yes, it
manufacturing,
does,
which
and
we
it
were
makes
talking
us
about
weak.
with the Prime Minister of India yesterday. You're hearing that about energy dominance. It's going to go away. We're going to care about Americans.
Hell
The
yeah.
Trump administration and this president cares about Americans.
Yes, he
You're gonna
does. He
feel
cares
it
about
change.
us.
You're going to feel the price of energy coming down. You're
I
going to
can't
feel
wait.
prices coming down. You're going to feel an explosion, the golden
Man, I
age
can't
of
wait to feel that
manufacturing
explosion
of America
inside
has
Trump.
always been there. It's just been stifled by regulation.
Yeah, it
and
is.
that
I miss that
time is
explosion.
over.
I can't wait for Trump's explosion. You could put a big fat load of cheap gas on me.
Now taxi? Good vibes, great food, amazing restaurant. She must have booked this months ago.
Oh no, Valentine's Day? Table for two, okay.